Alright, today we'll be making the lily. It's very similar to the iris lily, except the petals are much bigger and it doesn't have those little teeth things. As you notice, just by looking at it, you could see a lot of similarities to the iris lily, but this lily right here doesn't have those little teeth thingies in the bud. It just simply has sort of an open mouth going into it. I call this the lily. Now, some artists made it. I believe there is a similar flower to this, but I'm not quite sure if he made it first or I made it first. But when I first saw the iris lily, I just thought that, I like it not having the little teeth marks on the inside. The other lily that I made for this instructional video in the previous one, I've already given it to. So now that I've made this one, I'm gotta figure out who I'm going to give it to. So I hope you enjoy it. Also know this is a great conversational opener. Giving it to a girl, giving a couple to a girl, hell, even giving one to a girl. Like, you're out at some business meeting and you just pick up paper and then you make the flower like, oh, I made you this because I think you're really cute. Believe me, it's a great line opener. And I'll tell you a key secret in picking up girls with origami in the middle of my video. So I hope you enjoy, and let's begin. Alright, let's get started. We'll be doing it with pink paper today. Hopefully you could see the folds better, but I just thought that it would be a great change of pace to make it out of different colored paper. Once again, we're using an 8.5 by 11 paper, or A4 paper works the same way. And the reason why we're starting with this is because we're going to use the excess to actually make the stem. Now, when you use colored paper, you could probably use mix and match and actually use green paper to make the stem, and then the actually colored paper to actually make the flower. But for our lesson, we're going to make the stem the exact same color. Just like the blossom and the iris lily before, this is going to be just straight up regular lily. I don't know why they call it iris lily, but eventually I'll Google why, or help. Help me research this. Leave comments below my YouTube page or my blog and explaining why they call it an iris lily, and I will be sure to include it in the description. Or I'll give you a thumbs up. Either or. Now, as I said before, never fold over the existing paper. Flip it over, fold it to the back. Oh, and another thing that I'll tell you about is that different colored paper actually has different properties. Now, this is made of copy paper from the same manufacturer that makes my other copy paper as well. But the reason why this paper feels different is because the chemicals they use to make this pink actually have adjusted the properties of the paper. And this paper is actually a little bit more stiffer than my other paper. And then the stiffer the paper, the easier the tear. Look at that. No notches. See, look at how fast I made that tear and no notches. When you have soft white paper, very thin paper, I think it's 12-pound paper, these tears are like much harder. I mean, it is easier to fold complex items, but the problem with it is that, when you're actually cutting or tearing, or it's just prone to tearing, this is much tougher paper. And I like it a lot because, it's more resilient. You obviously want to handle thin, strong paper when you're making more complex origami, but sometimes when you're making like simple origami, like for instance this lily here, you want tough paper, and this in itself is tough paper. Like in my previous lessons, to get to the water bomb base, always pre-fold. We're going to leave this right here off into its little corner, and this is going to become the stem. Once again, valley fold, by your perspective, valley. This is mountain. You're going to valley fold, corner to corner, rotate, corner to corner, then you're going to flip it over, and then do two corners to two corners. Obviously, you see me push this down, and so this way I can start my two corners to two corners fold, or the hamburger fold. Open it up, rotate, and then do it again. There we go. Next, we basically pull these two corners together like this. See? Not pull it together, but see, notice how it easily just folds over, creating the water bomb base. Alright, Now this is very similar to the iris lily. I'm going to call this lily until I figure out what other type of flower to call it. Unlike the iris lily that has the little teeth, this one does not have the teeth, and the petals are a little bit bigger. Now the side that has the mouth open, see how you have these little pincers and you have the mouth? Have it facing away from you, because this at this point right here we're not making a crane base, but all we have similar to the other origami is the water bomb base. Now we take the side that's not open. See how this has a little mouth? We're going to take this edge right here and fold it towards the middle. And I'm just going to fold this up so that you can see the shadow, and then you can see me align it properly. There you go. And we're going to do the same to both sides and the back. And once again, I can't stress enough, the side without the flap, the side that has sort of is a crease, this side right here. Flip it over and then do it to the back side. Alright, now what we're going to do is, what I'm going to teach you is when you do this to one side, you're going to do this to all the other 3 sides. So you're going to do this total 4 times. Take this flap, open it up, pull it all the way up, just one flap. See the middle? Open it, put your finger in the middle. This side right here, it's okay. It's already a mountain fold. This side right here is a valley fold. We're going to actually reverse this by squashing it down, and then now turning it into a mountain fold. Crease it down for extra posterity. Now, just like the iris lily, see where you can insert the fingers? You're going to take this side right here and fold it towards the middle. You're going to do the same to both sides. Next, this is a bit difficult. As I demonstrated in the previous ones, you're actually going to create a fold. I think I'm going to need a ruler for this one. Okay. Basically what you're going to do is you're going to create a fold between, see how you have these 2 angles right here? You're going to create a sort of a mountain fold between this point and this point. Like so. And remember, a mountain fold is denoted by dashes. And then next, see how there's an insert right here? There's a tip right there. You're going to create another fold between this point right here where the midline meets and this opening meets, from here to this here. And you do that, and that's basically denoted, as always in all origami figures, by a long, small dash, long dash, small dash, long dash, small dash. Now, hopefully what I'm drawing right here will come out as accurate as possible, unlike my other one where I just freehand drew it. This is very similar to the iris lily, except there's a difference in the fold. And it's always represented by long dash, small dash, long dash, small dash. Alright. And there's no real way to pre-crease this. You're just going to have to pull it and then form it. See, notice how I tuck it in? Actually, you know what? There is a method. First, I tuck this in. Now that I tuck this in, now I'm just going to pull this down right here. See? Now that I have it tucked in right here, now all I have to do is just pull this down, and then it starts to form itself. And there you go. Now, unlike the iris lily, where you just fold this tip up, this is where the difference comes in. You're actually going to invert this inside. And it sounds a little bit weird, but you're just going to invert this inside. And what we do is we simply open up the shape like this. And see this tip? We're going to actually fold it backward in itself. See? Notice how I'm doing this. You have this little tip right here, and you just open it up and then push it on the inside. See, I'm opening it up on both sides. See how both sides are open? We do this real slowly. Open it up and then push it on the inside. And then see those folds that you made earlier? This fold right here and that fold right there, they go from mountain to valley. And then you press down. And then now, see there's this little gap right here? Once you've done that, you're on the right path. And then now we follow the same steps as we did with our the iris lily. You fold one side, take this side right here, this side, and fold it towards the middle. Like this. And you do the same to the opposite side. Now, all you have to do is repeat that 4 times. Or, sorry, 3 more times to all the other sides. And so, to make this easier and symmetrical, I'm actually going to go to the very back. And notice how there's 2 flaps right here, and then there's 1 flap right here. I'm actually going to do that. I do not know who made this type of lily before. As far as I know, I think I'm the only one who makes the lilies like this, because I never really enjoyed how iris lilies had these little teeth coming out of it. Now I understand that that's sort of like the bud of the iris lilies, but I thought, wouldn't it be interesting to make a lily without that little thing in the middle? And so that's when I came up with this. I thought I dissected the iris lily, and I thought, hey, wait a minute, isn't it possible to make the petals sort of bigger and at the same time take out the teeth? And I thought, oh cool, all you have to do is just invert this part inward, and thus came birth to my version of the lily. Now, if other people find out diagrams for it, great. I know that there's 100 Japanese origami artists. Maybe a few of them have come to the same thing. I mean, it's not coincidental that sometimes if there's one guy claims that he created it first, while another guy said that he did it first, and then there's a big thing in the community who created it first and who can bring it to the market first. I always say whoever brought it to the market first really deserves the credit, because, you know, creating something means something, and to actually get it to the masses is another thing. I mean, if you're the last to do it, I mean, seriously, come on, you know? Obviously you want to do a quality product, but at the same time you don't want to do a bad product, and if you're opening it up to other people making the exact same product, you're literally creating sort of, you're literally turning yourself into the bootlegger. In Korea, they were literally, the Nokia phones, the bootleg Nokia phones came out before the Americans introduced the Nokia phones, and then a lot of the Koreans had thought that the American versions were the bootlegs, when in fact the versions that they got were actually the bootlegs themselves, because the American phone, Nokia phone, took a long time to break into the Korean market. Well, the Chinese had already bootlegged the phone and created their little knockoffs, and everyone thought, a lot of Koreans thought that the knockoffs were the original phones, while the American-made ones were the knockoffs. So I always say it's always the first to get it to market literally bears all the weight. If anything, they should bear all the credit. There you go. Invert that fold. Ooh, it's starting to get super thick on itself. Alright. And then the last one. Remember, open the flap, and I'll explain this last one. Push in the tip. Fold the tips at the ends, like so. And then push it inward, and then you start to form that tip. One of these days I'm actually going to get a camera guy to actually zoom in onto the parts that I do and then zoom out for the overhead look. But if I get enough subscribers, maybe I can actually do that. Alright. There we go. Oh my gosh, this paper is so uber thick now. Like I said, this is tougher paper, also means thicker paper, so this paper is pretty darn ridiculously thick now. Alright, finally, to the end. Now, as you've seen before, you can fold it. This one, no, do not fold it. I want you to curl the petals, and go ahead and just curl the 4 petals, like so. Do that, and then just curl it down with your cylindrical object. Curl it down, and then notice how the petals are a lot longer and bigger. Now see this gap right here? We're going to fix that later. First, what I want you to do is curl all the petals. There we go. And then the last one. Oh, sorry, second to last one. And then this one. There you go. And there you have it, our little lily. Now, see these little notches right here? I don't really like them, so I'm going to fix it. All you have to do is just fold it downward. See how I'm doing it? Let me just show you. I just fold it downward and then pinch it in towards itself. And I go sort of in a clockwise, is that clockwise? Clockwise fashion. So I do that one, and then go around to the opposite side, pinch it, going inward. And then just keep going around. Keep going around. Alright, there we go. And then the final one. And there you go. Now they are less visible. So you have a little lily. And just like the other one, we're just going to cut off the tip. Remember, you can use your fingers to rip this off. Good luck with that. If I have scissors ahead of me, I'm just going to cut off a tip. So you saw the tip fly off somewhere. So I just cut off a little tip. And then see the stem? We're going to, create the stem. And all you have to do is just curl the ends like that. There we go. Just curl the tips. There we go. Ooh, man, this is crazy tough paper. Wow, this is stupendously tough paper. Oh my goodness. Oh, I hope I can make the stem as long. Oh my gosh, see? Look at this. The stem is already thicker and I can't get it any thinner because of the toughness of the paper. Oh well, it still works. There it is. And then right here at the end, notch it. And then you have a super strong stalk. And then all you have to do is just put it through the middle of your iris lily. And there you go. We have, not iris lily, your lily. There it is. Lily. Well, I hope you enjoy. Have at it, practice. At it. This is very similar to the iris lily by simply having bigger petals, and at the same time doesn't have those weird little teeth thingies coming out of the middle. I personally never really like that. Alright, well, hope you had fun making this as I did. Remember, flow to paper, flow to life. Yoink!